Hello, my name is Duncan Alderdice, and the reason I'm making these videos is to document the journey I take as I become who I am. Today was an interesting day. It started off early because I had an 8 o'clock demo, but when I called, it was 6 o'clock their time, and based on the email, it actually was 8. I got the time zone wrong. But that's all good, so then just went into the roleplay, whatever. Flash forward to 10 o'clock. Well, actually, I at 10 o'clock, I called, got the reception, said that was this person. Then they said that they'd get back to me, so then that was like, okay, they're not showing up. Then I got a massive text from them essentially saying, in short, I deleted it because I didn't want to look at it anymore. In short, I get 200 of these emails all the time. I feel like they're wasting my time, so I thought I'd try out by wasting someone else's to see how I feel. And I don't know whether they went through an existential crisis to determine the fact that someone wasting someone else's time doesn't actually make them feel better for having their time wasted from other people. Probably at the end of it, it was like, I'll have to go to church and confess about this to rid myself of the ill will. I wrote a reply because I wanted to, and then deleted it because it wasn't worth actually sending. But something to the nature of what I wish I could have said. I wish I could have said a lot of things, but mostly it would have been something like, if you don't want to get bugged by 200 people by email, like, stop being a financial advisor. Like, there's your solution, so shut the fuck up. But also, actually, I don't want to dwell on this for too long. There's other things to talk about. But also but ending it with a note of, like, sometimes people give me hostile response when I'm reaching out to them. But that is a price I'm willing to pay in order to find the people I can genuinely help and transform their lives. Which is kind of like I just kind of wanted to flip it on them and go like you think I'm wasting your time? It's like, well, isn't this just part of the process and to deliver the service that you provide for people? But anyways, I'm not talking about this anymore. Then at 12 o'clock, had a demo that was booked last minute. Not last minute, just the day of. It went well, straight to the point kind of guy, quick demo. It's a no for now, but he hadn't completed the questionnaire, but I still went through with it because we had the time, and last time I got someone, it was a 50-minute meeting. He had a hard cutoff at 15. So last time that situation happened, I rescheduled the meeting when they actually had time to go through it, and then they just didn't show up to the follow-up. So I was like, I got them on the phone, let's just go through with it. It's not gonna be the best, but at least it's there. By the end of it, he was going, there's potential, it's a no for now, but he wants to go through the questionnaire, see if it's more legit. And then we have a follow-up scheduled for tomorrow. No promotion offered, so there's still potential to squeeze just a little bit there. But that's that. And then in the afternoon, there was the 2 that I booked through LinkedIn. Have I mentioned my dials or anything like that? I haven't. Holy shit. I'm going to at some point. The 3 o'clock demo that I held, which was one of the 2 that were booked for today that I booked through LinkedIn, was just kind of a tire kicker. You could tell it was a video demo, didn't really like it, was a little flabbergasted, don't really care about, not going to focus on that. But you could tell he just had nothing to do and was just taking this call to get information, just kind of perusing, seeing what stuff was out there. No intent to buy, which is fine. I understand it from the buyer's perspective. I find it frustrating from the salesperson perspective. But I digress. Last one was the 4 o'clock demo, which I just had. It went well. It was tough. He was kind of iffy, kind of through to the end of it. But I did offer a promotion when he said he wanted to just kind of run over the numbers and I'll get back to you. And then he kind of switched. It made more sense. And then he did want to potentially move forward, wanted more information here. What I should have done that I talked to my sales manager about, that he said, because he was going, it's a 4 to 5 what you just held right there. And I was like, why is it 4 to 5? And I was like, oh, is it because I didn't say it was a first call promo? And he was like, yes. And that one thing that I've noticed, recognizing, is when I deliver that first call promo sentence, it's like unfortunately, it's just for the first call, rather than we got a first call promo, which is just a mood shift. Because again, the reason that I'm saying that, of course, is to figure out, the reason I'm saying it is to figure out whether or not this person is actually legitimately curious and wants to make this decision, that I'm offering just a little bit to help them get over the line so they make a decision that ultimately helps them long term. Or is it just someone who's wasting my time? So I did. Happy with that. We have a follow-up set up for next Thursday. So there's potential. But the highlight of the day the real important part is I don't know if this is the first time you've seen me speak and you're 5 minutes into the video, welcome. But if you have been watching for a long time, I think at this point, Jennifer, if you're watching, you're the only one I know for a fact has seen it. Oh, as well as Vika, as well as, no, those are the only two that I can think of. Like Avika I know and Jennifer subscriber. Okay, let's stop fucking name dropping people. Know the fact that there was a cold call that I made in November time where then the guy loved the line and then also was considering testing with like the largest package. I've been following up with. Today is the official day that I got able to get in touch with him and the other guy that he wanted me to get in contact with. And it was nice because when I texted him being like, hey, what's up? Then he replied immediately being like, talk to this guy. And then so I called that guy immediately. That guy picked up. We had a pleasant conversation. He knew what it was. Like it wasn't a situation where the guy I had been speaking to was just kind of lying to me. And when I speak to this guy, he's going like, well, I don't even know what you're talking about. But then from there, we booked a demo for Monday to actually follow up with both of them. So there's potential there. So that's exciting. So that's that. Now we've done it reverse order, and this will be fun to find in the edit. Let's see if I can remember 640. Probably not. 22 dials in the day. Really low. LinkedIn prospecting, nothing really. 2 replies. That was it, but nothing turned into anything. 1 demo booked though, that was the demo I just mentioned, and 3 demos held. Technically could have been 4, but the 1 was a no-show. I think what I need to figure out is how to better manage my time before and in between demos to include some kind of prospecting. Because I find right now what's happening, like the 3 o'clock one, I spent an hour getting ready, and by an hour getting ready, I mean like a half hour thinking about it, pacing back and forth, then a half hour practicing the online presentation with the other junior account executive who now is an account executive. And then having the demo and it not be a great one. So then it's like, okay, like it wasn't just a 30-minute gap that was wasted, but it was like the hour, 60 minutes before. It's like, okay, if I could change that 60 minutes into just a 15-minute and then 45 of prospecting, of shitty prospecting, so we'll call it just 20 minutes, at least there's 20 more minutes of prospecting rather than 0, which it was today. But we'll get there. We'll get more comfortable mentioning the first call promotion because that, I think what I'm starting to figure out is, because I'm uncomfortable lying. Like I don't want to lie to them. But I'm starting to get kind of numb to people lying to me and frustrated with that. People are like just the one guy being like, I'm going to sign up this weekend. I'll text you. Still have not heard from him. So it's like, well fuck you. I don't want to, but I think what it is what I'm not lying to them. What I am doing is using tactics of influence to help them facilitate them making a decision that ultimately will be helping themselves. And if I have to make the promotion that gives them a discount on price seem like they have to decide on it right now, then again, I'm helping them make a decision. Because what the promotion and the fact that it's on the first call and the fact that the states close, there's a sense of urgency and scarcity that you implement there, making the service perceived, making the person perceive the service as more valuable. Oh no, I lost the original thought that I had. It's not a lie. Why is it not a lie? All of those factors, like the scarcity and the urgency, are not going to turn someone who does not need the service and does not want the service into a yes. What it will do, though, is facilitate someone who's considering it, but I just don't want to say yes, into going, okay, yes. And then ultimately reaping the benefits of the service that we're providing. So then that's where it's like, it's not a rationalization, that's why I'm lying to people, but it's just a more sophisticated understanding of the potential distortion of reality as being a tool to help somebody make a decision that they would like to make for themselves. Because again, I think that's what it is, because sales is a dance. Like it's not a like systematic process. Okay, so here, I'm going to say something that might sound controversial, misogynistic, or whatever. I don't even know if it just applies to women. I will say to both, but I'm a man, so I'm going to talk women style, and I've had this experience. If you like a girl, you can't be too enthusiastic and all about them. It doesn't apply just to women. We'll say that. Because generally people, things that they can get easily, that you don't value as much. So if you're all up in their face, then they're gonna not take you for granted, but like they'll take you for granted and not feel like they have to work to earn your affection. So if you arbitrarily or artificially withhold your affection, that gives them the emotional room to develop emotions in return. And so that's where that seductive dance component is there, is like, yes, you want to say, hey, I really like you and I think that we should get to know each other. But if you do that all at once, that will turn them off because it's too much. So you got to drip in a little bit of information here and there. So then it's like, okay, you want to buy a service, but you're not fully sure. If I can make it seem like, oh, it might go away, and here, you got to act now, that will help that person actually get there. And that's the skill, is understanding that subtle and delicate line between absolute lying to someone and distorting reality to facilitate a decision. Which I guess you only can do ethically if you believe that the service you represent is of beneficial value for the person you're speaking to. Yeah, okay. So we're learning. And just on the, I know want my strategy is like, if I like the person, they know. And that might, okay, move. You can't be, hold on, she's just underneath the camera and I don't want her to be. I will just let the person know, and not let the person, like I will be maybe a too enthusiastic, which doesn't work in my favor, ultimately leading to heartbreak. But I digress. I did get a pop socket on my phone, so now I can hold it. I can do this. Can you do this with your phone with your palm open? Oh, I almost dropped it. You can't. That's what it looks like. I'll talk to you later.